Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Houston Inside Out. I am your host, James J. Today, I got my man, new home professional, Mike Watkins, Lennar Homes. What's going on, Mike?
Hey James, what's going on? Living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
Good, man. I know you. So you. It's funny because we talked about this day off, which in your world doesn't really exist. I know corporate has to give you a day off, but we all know there is no day off in this business. It's just not.
Now, you see, I'm sitting here. I'm actually in my house with my Lennar home shirt on. So, so I mean,
It's
I've
a
already
model
been,
home. You got a model home back there.
man. It's my model home, right? The one I'm in all the time. The one that things get happen even when I'm not at the so
Yeah.
to speak office. I was
Yeah.
at a networking event this morning. I've already been out and done a couple things. So I live this, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got to talk more about this because it's one of the things I love about you. Like you are like literally seriously, you make me want to step. I got to step my game up when I see you all over these events. But before we get into it, I want you to kind of take people back because you came from another builder before, and that work ethic, we don't have to necessarily mention the builder, but
Right,
um,
right.
what you learned. Tell me about what you learned there that you now apply, because obviously Lennar is top 1, 2 in the country right now. Probably you guys in Horton. I know you guys kind of go back and back, but yeah. So I want you to just talk about the work ethic, like because you do work your butt off, Mike. You really do. I see you, and people that know you know how much you work. But what did you learn at the other builder that you now apply to Lennar?
Well, James, I mean, I think some of the stuff that I've learned it from my mother. My
Yeah,
mother, my
yeah, yeah,
mother
yeah.
she's a workaholic, and
Okay,
unfortunately, there's bad and there's good to that. Meaning, my mom was a person that was action oriented.
yeah,
She was a talker. She was a walker, and
yeah.
our last name is Walker. Ha ha. No, no, our last name is Walker. But my mom is anybody that knows my mother
Right.
that knows her. She is a very thorough person. She
Okay,
says she's gonna do it and she follows through.
I got it.
Um, so you move that into just her children. All of us are the same way. So
Right.
I always jumped into anything. I've jumped into it head first. I've always just gotten fully immersed in it.
Yeah.
And where I came from, the background of the previous company I worked with, basically there was some disciplines that I learned there
Yeah.
that were very regimented. I
Right.
mean, regimented to the point where everything that we did was a process.
Right.
Um, and that process was a step-by-step process. And our goal ultimately was to get the homeowner into or get the client at that point into a home and help
Right.
that family.
Yep.
And so dream of a home ownership, that was the final idea. But I mean, you really had to, it was important that you got into the emotion of it with the client, because if you don't see yourself in that seat,
For
it's really
sure.
not. You're not going to be one of the best. I
Yeah.
promise you that.
No question. And you know what? So that even before the previous builder, because we met at a networking event. That's who we met
Yes,
like
yes,
3, 4 years ago, and then we like ran. I don't even remember how we ran into each other the second time, and we were like, "Yo, I know you from somewhere."
yeah, yeah,
um, because you were in the car, you were in the car business before.
yes,
So,
yes. Been in
and
the car
I
business
think
for
most people
13
understand
years.
that grind. So you know, even obviously your mom implanted this into you long ago, but you have clearly taken that work ethic and use it in with the car business, and now in new home sales. Speaking of which, you were rookie of the year for Lennar for last year, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Something we worked hard for. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So
Yeah.
congrats. And so uh, for
Thank you.
for people that don't know, Walnut Creek is out in Rosenberg. We want to talk about where you're at. So Walnut Creek is out in Rosenberg. Um, tell me a little bit like Rosenberg as far as the area, because Rosenberg is one of those places right now in Houston that's just exploding like crazy over there.
Yes. So Rosenberg is kind of one of those hidden gems. It's a gold mine down
Yeah.
there, and I think it's not hidden anymore.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
a lot of people are finding out now that Highway 59 is actually complete.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, because that I think that probably had a lot to do with just
No
people
question.
moving, not having to want to deal with the construction over there.
Right.
But now it's done.
Yeah.
So easy access in and out the community 3 different ways. There's developers. I mean, there's developers purchasing land all over Rosenberg. I
Yeah.
mean, you see
Yeah.
new signs, new builders that were not in that area before are there now,
Yeah.
or up and coming properties. And I'm talking about all the way down to Needville. Guys, this Rosenberg is absolutely a great place to invest,
Yeah. It is.
business wise,
Yep.
as well as, you know, for home ownership. I don't think you can find in Houston or surrounding areas a nicer area that literally, for the cost of what it is,
Yes.
very low crime,
Yep.
and it has a little, the flavor is a taste of the country
Yeah.
with the city flavor. I mean, because you're 5 minutes away from the largest town center in the state of Texas.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
And so why wouldn't a person want to get a 5-bedroom alabaster for, and that's 3,100 square foot
Right.
for $300,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And
try
you
that
guys,
out in Katy or try it somewhere else. I guarantee you $300,000 is not going to get that done.
no. And this gives the people some more context. So you guys are what, not even maybe 5 minutes or so south of Sugar Land, essentially, right? Give or take.
It,
Yeah.
it takes
Right?
about 8 minutes. Yeah,
8 minutes.
around
Okay.
about there.
Yeah. So 59 for just kind of give people context of where you're at, but literally you're 8 minutes from Sugar Land, just down 59. And yeah, all that construction is being cleared out, which is great. Because I know that's something that definitely keeps people either from moving in a certain area or moving to. But that stuff is great when what they've been. They're just continuing to build up a lot of commercial around there too. So so this work ethic. So you worked, and how long have you been at Lennar now? You've been there what, a couple years now, or 3 years?
No, I'm over a year now.
Okay.
Lennar.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, I was the rookie of the year. Hello. So and with that being said, you obviously, I want to talk about this work ethic outside of what you do at Lennar, because you are all over my and you have young kids on top of it too. So we got to talk about what you get, because you're in a lot of networking groups, a ton of them, which I want you to talk about this, because I'm assuming this, at least people know who you are, and maybe they know somebody that knows somebody that's looking for a home. That's the only reason why you do this. So I want you to kind of talk about some of the networking stuff that you do, some of the benefits that you're getting from it, because again, I see you everywhere, and you make me want to step my game up.
James, it's kind of one of those things where, you know, I'm so driven.
Yeah.
I'm so driven. You know, I think it's because let's just get real what it is, man. I've had some successes in life.
Yeah.
You know, I've had some pure success just off of drive, ambition, ego, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Then I've had some real failures.
Yeah.
In life, and some things. There were some critical points in my life where literally I could have been like a lot of people, you know, who just say, you know what, I'm gonna give up on this thing,
right,
man,
right,
and accept myself for where I was. And,
yeah.
In life, some people are content with that, but when you know you're born for more, you know, when you know you're born for greatness, you have to align yourself with the dream and the goal of what I believe that God put me here for, and I still haven't, perfectly self-actualized that yet.
Yeah.
But I'm figuring it out. So I'm walking in my future. So that kind of gives me it puts me in a position to really, I read a lot. So it puts me in a position to actually put one foot forward and say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to achieve this goal. And that's anything that I do.
Right.
My children, it's the same way with them. I mean, I'm adamant about their academics.
Yeah.
I'm adamant about their because sometimes people make excuses. You know, people make excuses, and I was taught excuses are tools of incompetence built on monuments of nothingness. Those who specialize in
I
this
like that.
frequently amount to nothing but excuses.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
was taught that years ago. So I with my children, I make sure they understand that you are the captain of your own ship, and you have to make decisions,
yeah,
but your decisions have to be based on something, some goal that you want to achieve with yourself. So
yeah,
I'm driven and I'm motivated, and you see me all over.
yeah,
Is because I really believe that I'm when I was with Mercedes Benz, or when I was working with BMW, I
yeah.
was a top producer. I was a top producer in finance. I've been a top producer wherever I've gone because
Yeah,
I, I don't know if I have a competitive spirit.
yeah.
I think it's more I compete with myself.
Which I love. Yeah, absolutely.
I compete with myself to be
Yeah,
better, not with somebody else, but with
yeah,
myself. And
yeah,
that probably what separates me from a lot of people, man. Because I really am not competing against other people. I'm competing against to be the best that I can be.
yeah,
You know, and if I know that I can do better, if I know I can do better, I am going to. In all ideal, in all reality, I know that I can do better.
yeah,
It's not even a question. You know.
yeah. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, most people are completely opposite. They're looking at what the other person's doing, which is taking energy and time away from what you could be doing. Uh, so,
Exactly.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
most people don't think about it that way. The competition is it's you. You need to.
Yeah.
But everybody doesn't. I mean, the reality is, and I mean, you've been around enough, especially in the sales business. I mean, everybody just doesn't have that type of. They don't have that energy. They don't have that motor to push themselves. And you, from what I know you kind of treat everything like it's yours. So yes, you work for Lennar, but that's your community. And that's how
Yes.
I tell people, you don't work, we're in commission sales. You don't work for anybody. You work for you,
Yeah.
and you better treat it
Yeah.
like it's yours. And I've worked in obviously a new construction home as well. And I was the same way. Like I worked for a builder, but that was my neighborhood. Like I treated it like it's mine. And that comes across in your approach when you're talking about Lennar, talking about Walnut Creek and what you're doing. It's clearly this is how you approach it, and even with the networking. So you're doing a lot of networking. What else are you getting from that network? Is it helping you? Do you feel like it's helping with your business? I would think it is.
Well, to touch on one of the points you just brought up just a second ago, because I think that's very imperative, what you just said. And I'm pretty sure when you were doing it, for the businesses or the companies that you work for, the new
Yeah,
homes, you felt the same way.
yeah,
I literally, I've run businesses before. I've
right.
been in high level management.
Yeah,
So it's not one of those things where I walk through the door and I feel like I need to be told what to do.
right.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's not necessary. I mean,
yeah,
if a company, I believe, brings me on
yeah,
or works together in collaboration with me, their goal, they have expectations that they want to get done. And my thing is, guys, I'm going to exceed those expectations.
yes,
And know that I understand and respect that you have blessed me with millions and millions of dollars over
yes.
here. That's not
Absolutely.
mine,
Yeah,
that you have trusted me over here with this amount of this type of capital,
yeah,
and I am going to respect that, and I am going to do everything I can do to cherish that relationship.
yeah.
Now that right there is important, because
No
I really
question.
believe that. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, I working, companies, that all doesn't matter. I get out here every day,
yep,
and I work for my family,
yep,
and I work for my wife. I work for the things that matter to me,
yeah,
you know. And so I have to stay focused on knowing that even when I'm tired, I don't want to go to events.
yeah,
Even when I don't want to get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
Even though I don't want to stay out at work like the last 2 days, I was at work until 11 p.m. You know,
God, wow.
I don't want to do it. But at the end of the road, there's some objectives that my family, just like you, it's
Yeah,
our why.
yeah,
It's our why, and that goes far beyond just working in a welcome home center, and
yep,
also I probably got some aspirations to move into the corporate side of Lennar, and
yeah,
they agree with that, so
yeah,
that it's not a problem.
yeah.
It's a mutual thing.
And so speaking of your wife and your wife, because your wife is also in the same business.
Oh
So
yeah.
how you guys, how do you guys juggle this? Because I like I've been in that business too, and I know the demand for
Mhm.
both of you guys to be doing the same in the same industry and the demand. Like, how do you guys? Because you correct me if I'm wrong. Because when you guys are together, like when you with the kids, everything else is shut off. Like you were focused. That's it. Because you guys have some, like I said, I understand the business completely, and you guys are both in it. So how do you guys juggle that with both of you guys being in the industry? Because and you guys still
James,
and
that's
you
funny.
still manage to be at events.
That's James. James. That's really hard. How
Yeah.
about this? How about we try to turn everything off?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit up here and
Yeah. Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
No way. I would be lying to you to
Yeah.
say that we come in here every night and we like, okay, it's impossible because we've got clients calling us. We
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
mortgage. We've got
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
different. We got our director of sales. We got our
Yeah.
vice president. We got so many people that juggle into the mix.
Right.
It's like almost impossible to shut this machine down once it's going.
Right.
But I we do I guess what makes it possible for Susan and I, we both being in the industry, is that she and I both. This is a very real answer. She and I both are driven, man.
Yeah.
We're driven, and because we know where we came from.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we know we're blessed to be, and I mean blessed to
Yeah.
be, by God's grace.
Yeah.
We're blessed to be in the situation and have the opportunities that we have now.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, because of that, knowing it's it's not like we have some type of entitlement to
Yeah.
something. Some people, they are entitled to something, so
Yeah.
they feel like they don't really have to work that hard. No, we
Yeah.
we we are blessed to be in this situation and very grateful,
Yeah.
because it's a lot of people out here that are not in the
Yeah.
situation that we have. And I mean, it's a wonderful thing to know that. So we have to pass that on to our kids, but
Yes.
we find time.
Yeah.
We find time. We do a lot of stuff with these kids, and these kids, our children, we don't let them get on electronics. They don't have iPhones anymore. We took them away. Video games during the week, none of that. No TV.
I love it.
So guess what they're doing during the week? They're with us.
Right.
We're sitting down here talking on the couch. We're arguing. We're laughing.
Right.
We're bonding with each other.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes it's like crazy bonding and sometimes it's goofy, but I guarantee you, sometimes I sit there, like last night, James. I was sitting on this in my little love seat, and I was just laughing at something my son did,
Right.
and I just was like, man, it feels good to just be here, and
And for
not
people that don't know, tell how old is he now? He's what?
uh, he's two.
He's two. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
two.
So people understand.
Going on 4, man. That little guy, he's big
Yeah.
dude, man. He's gonna be big, tall like you, man.
Yeah.
Yep. But life is good, man.
Yeah.
The kids, we find a balance there. They're involved in music. They're involved in, and we go to their music lessons. We go to their sports
Yeah.
training. We got them agility training.
I
We've
see.
got them tutored. I mean, we're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you live it. Like I said, I see you all the time. So I see the work that you guys put in. And Susan too. And like I said, there's a few people, as long as I've been in real estate, there's very few people that I've seen be um
You there, James? Hello.
can you hear me, Mike? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you
See,
now.
this is the beauty when you go live. You just don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what just
Yeah.
happened there. But uh,
Yeah.
anyway, I was just
All good.
saying, yeah, you guys are like seriously, y'all are amazing the way y'all do this because I know the demands of that job, and for both of you guys to be in it, it's pretty impressive. But I just love your perspective because listen, you work for a builder, it's a sacrifice. Like you are going to sacrifice time. It's just part of it. There's no way around it if you want to be successful. And everybody don't want to be they're comfortable with, it's a well-paying job if you're good at what you do, but you um you definitely want to reach out to Mike as soon as we can get Mike back on here. So yeah, guys,
I'm,
reach out.
I'm here.
I don't know what happened, Mike. It's all good. I'm gonna put your all your contact information up here. Um,
Okay.
and then, but we gotta obviously we definitely gotta talk about talk about what you have out there in Walnut Creek. That definitely would be remiss if we didn't talk about lot sizes, like what any incentives you guys have going on right now, because we're about to kind of hit that so-called busy season within the real estate business as we start to hit March
Right.
here in the next couple of weeks.
Well, the thing is that people need to know the time is really now to get off the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Is what we say in the business,
Yep.
and that means if you've been thinking about this new home, if you've been thinking about the idea of new a home
Yeah.
ownership, period,
Yeah.
um, you know, new homes is a great way of going about it.
Yep.
Obviously, the pre-owned is good as well, but I think what we need to look at what's the climate is right now out
Mm-hmm.
here in the mortgage industry.
Yep.
Obviously rates are pretty stable,
Yes.
and they're stably good.
Yes.
So we need to take that into consideration, as well as we need to take into consideration some things that are happening on the global climate.
Right.
Right now, with what's going on over in China, the
Yeah.
coronavirus, I mean,
Yeah.
suppliers right now, suppliers right now my cousin works actually for a big supplier here in Houston for electrical wiring. Guys, this is the same type of stuff that goes in people's homes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what they're doing at his business is they're actually raising the price.
Yeah.
They're raising the price because they're not going to get any more shipments from China for the next
Yeah.
2 months because of the coronavirus.
I'm so glad you brought this up, Mike, because people don't understand, like when builders have these price changes and stuff like this happens overseas or in other countries,
Right.
how it affects. And you just brought it up, like a lot of the stuff that people get there, it's coming from there. So I'm so
Yep.
glad you brought that up because it's such a good point. Because people don't understand, well, why is there a price change? Why did this price go up? Well, there's so many things that affect building. There's so many different pieces of material that go along with building a home, and a lot of people just have no clue. Well, hey, a lot of this stuff is coming from overseas in a lot of cases. So I'm glad you brought that up.
It's a very critical point. And
Yes.
actually, my cousin had to really break it down to me because I was, obviously our costs, then we kind of pull back a little bit because basically we've got to look at what the projected cost. We may say it's going to cost us this much to build this home,
Right.
okay, but then it actually may cost more.
Yeah.
Okay, because of the rising costs. So,
Yeah.
us as a builder, we have to take that and really look at it and say, you
Yeah.
know what, guys, we may have to need to, hold back on these incentives right now because we don't know exactly what this is going to cost us to do this.
Yeah.
So, and this is very real. This is not some made up idea. This is not a
Right.
way of, in the back of a room somewhere concocting up this idea to take over the housing industry. We're going to make all these margins. No, it's not
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
It's real. It's going on. So right now
Yeah.
it's a great time to jump in before these things start increasing to that point.
Yeah.
We've over in Walnut Creek, I've got I've got a couple inventory homes. I've got actually a 4-bedroom, as well as I've got a couple other homes that are
Right.
actually available. And we're really doing some great things over. We're doing some great things over there. There's my lovely, wonderful child that just came in. We're on live TV, by the way, dear. Um, yes, dear. Okay, so anyways, I had to let her know.
That's all right.
But but anyways, yeah, it's so we've got 4 bedrooms, we got some 5 bedrooms, and then we've got the great thing about that community over there. We've sold 48 homes in the last 3 months, so we're filling up with our inventory here very
Yeah.
quickly. We're
Yeah.
filling up, so we're building. We've got a lot of stuff that's going to be in for the selling season. So come see me, because I guarantee you, I've got something for you. And at the end of the day, guys, it's I'm not a salesperson. I'm a consultant. What I
Yeah.
do is I talk you through, walk you through the process. I'm just a guy that's just going to be there to guide and just
Yeah.
provide some information. And if Lennar Homes is not for you, it's okay. It's a
Yeah.
lot of great builders out there.
Yeah.
My wife works for a
Absolutely.
great builder. It's a lot of good builders.
Yeah.
But someone needs to walk you through that process, and I'm that type of guy.
Yeah, and I can definitely vouch for that because yeah, whether it's you obviously yeah, you love Lennar, you want, but you will actually consult with people and help them whether it ends up being Lennar or not, it doesn't matter. That's just your nature, just to be able to really
Right.
kind of consult people and like, hey, this may not be the best fit for you. It might not be, and you're willing to help people, which I love. So, what is the best way for people to get a hold of you? Um,
Well, I've got my that's my cell phone number. It's
okay.
713-411-8417.
Okay.
You can reach me. Like I said, I'm off on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I try to be off out of the
Yeah.
office, but again, I work pretty much 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Once in a while in the evening, I get to do something awesome with my wife and with my children. But for the most part, I'm there for my clients. They can call me anytime,
Yeah.
because this is an emotional process. This
Yes.
is an emotional process, and I mean, it's a roller coaster ride. One day a
Yeah.
person can be excited about new home ownership, and the next day be like, "What the heck did I just go do? Tear
Yeah.
up the contract." you know. And so you've got to have somebody walk you through that process that understands every emotion. I've done this hundreds of times, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally done it hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And you need somebody that has that kind of experience in doing it, because they can stay calm when
Yeah.
some of the tide gets kind of crazy.
Yeah. And it will.
It will. It's a matter of time.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just a matter of when something.
When.
You're right. It's such an emotional thing for people, especially when they're, and obviously, when you're building it from the ground up. That's they're so invested in it, and so they're excited, they're anxious, and the building process is not pretty all the time, guys. It's just not.
Mhm.
It's not. But when it's all said and done, the product is it's an amazing finished product, and otherwise Lennar would not be, top 1, 2 builder in the country. There's a reason that doesn't happen on accident. So the product is obviously very, very good. So Lennar Homes, guys, I'm gonna put your number back up here. Reach out to Mike.
Hey,
Yeah,
James, if I could say this real quick.
yes,
Hey, I went to the Mercedes-Benz plant in Alabama. I went there. It was pretty cool. And walking through there, seeing all these awesome Mercedes-Benz, everybody seeing, when you go to the Mercedes-Benz dealership here, you see these frontline cars, they look great, right?
right.
I guarantee you, if you go to that assembly line and see how many times that conveyor belt actually stops
Right.
because of there's being something wrong with that vehicle,
Yeah.
you would probably not want to buy a Mercedes
That
Benz.
is so true, right? It is so true. But yeah, home ownership, everybody can go. I used to tell people, like, listen, and everybody's different, right? Some people can handle it, but some people, I'm like, listen, don't come up here. Like, do yourself, save yourself that energy. Like, don't come up here because when it's all said and done, you guys, Lennar builds a great product. But yeah, people will drive themselves crazy if you came up and looked every day, like some people like to do, or every week. It's like, don't do that to yourself.
Exactly.
But you're right. If people saw how cars were built,
Mm-hmm.
they'd be like, man, I'm not driving that thing.
We love on those people too, the ones who come up there Every
Yes.
day I've got some of those folks that come up there. I'm like, come on, baby. Come on, come to daddy. Let me help you out. I know today it's one of them things where you got to make sure everything is okay, and I'm here with you. So we do have some clients like that. We love on them just the same, and but at the same time, we build a great home. That's exactly the reason why I partnered with Lennar, because I know it's a great product. I know it.
Go check Mike out and go to his community out there in Walnut Creek. Again, Rosenberg, just a few minutes south of Sugarland. So Highway 59 south, literally 8 minutes, and you'll catch Mike in his community. Reach out to him. Mike is a great, great, great consultant. Like his energy, if you can't feel his energy through this camera right now, I don't know what's wrong, but he is that way all the time. He works his butt off. He really is a consultant, which I love. So there's his email, or you can shoot him a text or a call on that cell phone right there. And we'll be back, guys, next week. Houston Inside Out, Builder Spotlight, and then we'll have some new content as well coming during the week. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Be blessed. Take care.